Good afternoon. Governor Kathy Hochul announced an agreement was reached earlier today to sign the Medical Aid in Dying Act into law.
The legislation gives terminally ill New Yorkers with less than 6 months to live the option to end their lives. Rob Petrie hears more from both sides of this critical issue. Rob?
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Dave and Kelsey. Those in support say it will end the suffering of some who are terminally ill, while those who are against it have some serious concerns about how it will affect some of New York's most vulnerable. The bill has a number of protections in place to ensure no patient is coerced into utilizing medical aid in dying, and that no doctor or religiously affiliated health facility is forced to offer it. The legislation has been the topic of controversial debate for years now, about a decade to be exact. And now that it's set to become law, some who were a part of the fight to help get it passed are praising Governor Hochul's decision. This includes Melissa Milch, the daughter of the late Dr. Robert Milch, a pioneer in hospice care who saw decades of suffering. His life was dedicated to seeing this bill cross the finish line, something his daughter Melissa says she wishes he was here to see.
I wish he was here to experience it because that's all he wanted. He wanted for anyone to be able to, as I said, live and die in the manner in which they believe was most in line with their values and their beliefs and their principles, and he wanted people to be heard.
Yeah, and speaking of being heard, a group that's been very vocally critical of this bill is the New York Association of Independent Living, a statewide organization that provides critical services to disabled New Yorkers. Now, they're concerned about the bill becoming law and how it will affect the people that they are dedicated to helping.
I think that there's a lot of disabilities out there that many perceive as being, like I said, kind of a death sentence and, a diagnosis that's worse than death. And I think we all have this experience when physicians kind of give a diagnosis. And in terms of a life expectancy, it's really their best guess. And we've seen many people live beyond what their expectations of the physician was.
Now, keep in mind here, Governor Hochul has announced a number of additional guardrails that lawmakers have agreed to enact, which they say are all aimed at ensuring the integrity of the patient's decision. Now, Governor Hochul's office says the bill with those agreed-upon amendments will be passed and signed into law next month. It will then take about 6 months before it's in effect. Reporting live here in studio, Rob Petrie, News 4.